Après déjà 18 mois d'une guerre longue et sanglante au Moyen-Orient, les vagues ont atteint les contrées lointaines de Scandinavie. Des vagues dont certains disent que c'est déjà un tsunami. Depuis le 7 octobre, malgré le fait que les images des horreurs du massacre soient arrivées jusqu'aux frontières de ce pays scandinave, la Norvège est devenue l'un des pays d'Europe les plus anti-israéliens.
Norway was among the very first Western countries to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. We have condemned the violations of international humanitarian law.
Anerkjennelse av Palestina en støtte til moderate krefter som på vikende front I en langvarig og grusom konflikt.
Ces hostilités se sont concrétisées depuis ces 18 derniers mois lors de la plainte au tribunal international de La Haye et même avec l'interdiction d'envoyer des condoléances suite au massacre du 7 octobre ou de reconnaître le Hamas comme organisation terroriste. Ces sentiments hostiles se retrouvent presque à chaque coin de rue dans le pays.
The government bears the largest responsibility, but the government sees that anti-Israel moves and rhetoric is popular also with the large chunk of the population. Only a few days after the massacre, there was a change of Minister of Foreign Affairs in Norway. He, Espen Barth Eide, he has single-handedly, together with the Prime Minister, changed the Norwegian policy towards Israel.
We need to establish a Palestinian government, a Palestinian state, and the Palestinian state has to be recognized.
Party decided to adopt a full economic boycott of Israel, and they are now working to make it the policy of the party itself.
Pratiquement chaque semaine, les rues de la capitale norvégienne, Oslo, se remplissent de cortèges de manifestants. Même lorsque nous nous éloignons, les habitants conseillent d'enlever tous les symboles reconnaissables rappelant Israël et même de ne pas parler hébreu.
You could have some unpleasant experiences, unfortunately, especially from young Muslim men, but also from ethnic Norwegian leftists.
I think in Norway we have quite a strange situation, coincidence, where especially the left side of a political is very Palestinian-friendly. Palestinian cause is almost a part of the left-wing politics in Norway. I became aware of it after October 7 that people are basically blinded. Doesn't matter what Israel does, what Israel says, they will always be against Israel.
Comme dans beaucoup d'autres endroits du globe où la cause anti-israélienne sévit et gagne le soutien de la population locale, sans vraiment de réaction diplomatique ou de communication de Jérusalem, l'antisémitisme relève la tête.
We have got people that's been beaten up. We had people who had to go in hiding in a way as well. People had things written on the door. Luckily, I live just out of Oslo.
For being Jews or being Israeli supporters?
Both. Last year, he was a Christian Norwegian guy, got beaten up actually.
Why?
Because he had an Israeli flag. I grew up in a beautiful country. Norway is actually quite beautiful. I never had problems being a Jew in Norway. Never felt any anti-Semitism at all when I grew up. My upbringing was different from what my kids has felt. Knew the last 20 years it started to become tougher to live in Norway.
For some, it probably has roots in anti-Semitism, but I'm not eager to put that label on it. 33% of the Norwegian public says that their conception about Israel affects what they think about Jews in general.
Les mouvements hostiles à Israël ne sont contestés que par quelques personnes. Et la désinformation est grande et très répandue dans la presse locale, les écoles et autres organisations pro-palestiniennes.
There was a survey done last year where 50% of the Norwegians said Israel treats the Palestinians as badly as Jews were treated during the Second World War.
Wow.
50%. There are very widespread misconceptions in the Norwegian public about Israel's situation. More than 20% says that as long as the state of Israel exists, there cannot be peace in the world. It's a result of not only bias in the media, but also in the textbooks in school, where they learn the story only almost according to the Palestinian narrative, and you don't get the Israeli story.
Depuis 20 ans, Conrad dirige l'organisation MIF, Mouvement pro-israélien, soutenant l'État hébreu depuis les années 70. Durant ces derniers 18 mois, leur existence en tant que soutien d'Israël est particulièrement stressante.
We have had several instances when meetings and events have been disturbed by anti-Israel activists. That feels threatening. We have had to pay tens of thousands of euros in having security companies help us during events and meetings. The Norwegian government has not spoken out against this mob that is threatening and intimidating. There has been a few violent incidents against friends of Israel, and I'm also concerned that this has not been condemned strongly.
I get a lot of hate from it almost every day, and sometimes at work, but I always say my opinion. Even when I'm at work, I say that I support Israel. I get told that I support child murders, that I'm a Nazi, which makes no sense.
Nous avons rencontré nos amis de l'organisation MIF lors d'un week-end de formation quelque part en Norvège, loin des activistes pro-palestiniens.
So my father is a Jew, so I always knew about Israel, but I never thought that much about the political side of it before October 7th. And when I saw a brutal massacre of people in Israel and everything what followed, I became very interested in the political side of things, and I think that Israel have the better argument. I also have a strong opinion about media reaction in Norway to the conflict.
History in Europe and in the Muslim world cries to us that there is a need for the Jewish people to be sovereign in their own land.
Voilà donc le travail qu'effectuent ces organisations pro-israéliennes, là où depuis des années, l'État d'Israël perd la guerre de la communication.
When it comes to, in terms of the Norwegian public, unfortunately the Norwegian public has been accidentally brainwashed by seeing just pictures and photos as, of course, they're devastating, but they see only one side of the conflict.
I want to say that you have people here that actually know the truth and see your suffering, and we will never stop.